That is an incredibly wide angle. So, welcome to another video. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I'm just getting around to it now, which is obviously better than never. But I guess it is a better example because it is a bit dirty. So as you know, this is bumper number 3. And I am not going to recreate some of the vinyl stripes that I had going down the front, which I did mostly to grab stones and bugs and whatnot. I put a black piece here underneath or above and around the canard area. Again, all I had was black vinyl, so I just put a piece of black there, and it looked and worked just fine. But I have purchased a piece of clear. I don't have a lot of clear. It's 12 inches by 60 inches, so I'm going to see what I can get done. The major areas on this car, like my splitter's pretty much beat to absolute tar, but I want to see if I can get some of this done. I want to see if I can wrap my headlights in clear, which I've never done, and right here. And I get a lot of questions because I have done a lot of vinyl work to this car and a lot of unique vinyl work, stuff that people have never seen. So they want to know how I go about doing it, and it's pretty simple. You need 2 tools. This is a pencil and this is tape. So I'm just going to take and I'm going to tape off this area, and I'm going to make myself a template. So I'm not going to hold the camera and do it, so just give me a sec and I'll show you how I go about this. Step 1, tape is on backwards. As you can see, I rolled the corner underneath, and this is going to help when I lay this. I try to lay it so I can peel it off as one big piece, but this is going to help keep everything together on the back side. All right, so taped off, ready to go. Now I'm going to take my pencil. I usually try to have a tape line up here where I want it, and kind of an angle down here that I want it, just to make my life a little bit easier. But then if you just take your pencil and you just give yourself a line, like so. And then when I peel this off as one big piece, I will then clean a lot of this up with scissors. And if I want, once I lay this down on a flat table, I will then, remove 1/8 of an inch. I will take off the corner here and pretty much do the exact same thing over here, so that I have kind of what I'm looking for once it's done to go back on. And then of course you flip it over and you have a mirrored side for the other side. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna run out of vinyl here, so I'm gonna get all this kind of cut and laid, and we'll see how it all works and how it all fits onto the roll. Luckily we can take the templates and lay it all out so we can maximize our material, and we will see how it all fits. Get them peeled off. I do recommend carrying them inside one at a time. I did end up fighting with them relentlessly, trying to get them apart because they all stuck together with a small gust of wind. Basically, I just bring them in and stick them to the table. I'll refine any of the markings I want. Snips, cut them, clean them up. Some of these I did take and I put more tape on the backside just to help it retain its shape once I'm flipping it inside and out. And I thought I'd show you guys this. This was from my old setup where it had the saber-tooth fangs. This was the top part that wrapped up and met up with the headlight right here. So what I did was the same method, and I taped the whole car off. I didn't even put tape on the backside of this one, but I probably should have. And then I took like a detailer's painting tape, and I designed it so I could stand back and look at it and look at it and look at it and look at it and look at it. And then once I got it done, I peeled it off, brought it in, cut this side, flipped it over, cut one on this side, and then I stuck it to the car. So your imagination really is your limit here. And this is one very simple way of making general things, especially for the clear bra that I'm doing today. The other method is obviously using this. This is pretty amazing stuff. It's called Mindfulness vinyl tape. There is a little line in there that you peel backwards on a 45-degree angle, and it essentially gives you a knife-like cut. The cons to that, you're going to go through a lot more material. You can't design both sides and have them perfectly identical. if you know what I mean. There's just no way to see them both at the same time to make sure that they look properly. But for things like doing my roof vinyl, I did my rally stripes on the front before using this. I was getting low, so I was like, I wasn't going to bother with the clear. The other problem is keeping costs down, and the reason I'm doing this is because I don't have, like, let's say $1,200 to spend to have the front of my car clear broad. So I bought a 60 by 12 inch piece of 3M clear bra vinyl, which I'm hoping will do a good job. I'm hoping the lights don't melt it. I honestly have no idea, but it is a lot thicker. It does feel a lot different. But what I'm going to do is get these all cleaned up. I'm going to roll this out and tape it to the table here. And then I'm going to lay out and get exactly as much out of this material as I can to see if I need to order more or see if I have enough to do what I am trying to achieve here today. This being the widest part, it is wide enough to do both of those. So then I got to figure out, am I going to do the headlights first? This is long, so this is probably 3 and a bit feet. This is going to chew up almost 2 feet, so I got to kind of lay it out and see how it's going to go. So this is definitely, like, making these templates and wasting some painter's tape is a better alternative for saving vinyl, which is more expensive and more of a pain in the butt to work with. So you kind of get an idea of how to be creative and how to come up with your own ideas and create your own designs of whatever. Like anything I'm doing here today, I could do out of any color. I'm just going to try to keep my car looking a little different this year, so we are going to run some clear. So let's get to it. Spent a few minutes sorting this out. I've got one piece here, one piece here, headlights across the top. I'm not going to have enough material for the really long one, and I might change what I'm doing. I might stick that back to the car and add up to the lower grill and do one piece, because I am going to need another piece. I probably need 12 inches, 6 inches each to do that. More or less a nicer job than what I was planning on doing, but we are going to get these 4 cut out as well, plus a bonus, but not out of this material. So when you're cutting, the only thing I can suggest is buying a really nice pair of shears. These are tinsmithing shears from Canadian Tire or Motomaster, wherever they sell Motomaster for you. These are designed to cut thin gauges of metal for doing like east troughs and things like that. They just, when you use them properly, they have a really nice long straight true cut, and they curve a bit. They're not super agile and detailed, but with a little bit of practice, I found that they give me the nicest, cleanest cut. And when you're cutting vinyl, always make sure you put forward pressure on the scissors, so when you're cutting, you don't get all the little nibs where you start and stop, or sometimes you'll start again and you'll be off by just a hair and you'll have all these little whiskers hanging off. Always keep the shears pressed into the vinyl while you're cutting, and that will give you a cleaner, truer cut. Definitely put the lightning bolts back on, just for something to do. This stuff turned out super bubbly, and I'm probably gonna have to peel it off. I have no idea why. Absolutely no idea. Stretched it, pulled it. There's no creases in it. I'm gonna let it sit for a day or two, see if it's supposed to get pretty cool tonight. Maybe that'll like tension up the vinyl. Maybe I'm using the wrong vinyl. I definitely would like to peel it off and try a different vinyl if this does not work, but I did take an attempt. If nothing else, she's got her ka-chow back, and that is something. Till next time, drive safe, take care, and behave as always.